For so long, when coding in Swift and using enums, I never used nested enums. And they give you such control over access control. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate in this quick example. Let's have a look. In 2020, the UK had a series of lockdowns and you could only take part in certain activities in your life. This little set of enums kind of models that. You could sleep, exercise, shop, watch TV, or code Swift. Obviously this is a bit silly, but bear with it. So you could exercise, you could run, jog, skip, or walk. And when you shop, you could either shop in the supermarket or the pound store. And this works fine. This activity here is code Swift, and it represents coding Swift. And this run represents running. However, it's a permitted exercise. So these are naturally internal because we haven't declared them as public or private or any other access type. So if I whack this to be a nested enum, suddenly this is only available within permitted activity. So having run outside permitted activity won't compile. But we can have run as permitted activity dot exercise and our type can be run, and that's perfectly fine. So for so long while I was coding Swift, I would have my enums separate, as you saw when I first started this little example. But now I'm more likely to nest them if they don't need to be accessible outside. Why would they need to be accessible outside? Well, you could have a user object and a country, and you want to use the country for various things within your app. So therefore, having it as a nested enum within your user or within a struct doesn't make a lot of sense. But this example here, where we've got permitted activity and permitted exercise, I'd argue permitted exercise doesn't make much sense outside permitted activity, unless somewhere in the code it does. Therefore, you need to think about where you're using things as you're creating your code and as you're structuring it. Thinking this through, it almost becomes like a system design question. Do you want to use your enums globally, or do you want to use them in just the module you're in? Do you want to just use them in the class you're in? It's these type of questions you have to start thinking about. But being able to use them, like in this video, I think is useful. So I hope, yes, that it has been useful to you.